Is it Ryan Beitz?
It's Ryan Beitz. Thank you.
Beitz, Ryan Beitz. Oh, sorry about that. I had asked for pronunciation, but... Hey, Ryan.
You really dropped the ball, but it's no big.
Yeah, it's okay. Hey, Ryan, I love that it's a quirky thing you're doing. Some people collect, beer bottles or mugs or salt shakers or whatever. What happened to you that you one day woke up and said, I'm going to collect every VHS copy of the movie Speed?
I suppose it all began with my traumatic experience in childhood, which was viewing the movie Speed.
You watched it and it affected you. How old were you when you watched it?
I think we got the movie first when I was 12. It was like one of the only rated R movies that my mom would let us watch for some reason, and it just always stuck with me.
Wow. Now, I'm trying to remember, but I'm sure it's burned into your brain at 12. What was the R-rated part of it?
I'm not going to say it on the air because I assume you guys will get some sort of FCC violation.
Oh, okay.
But Keanu, at least twice in the movie, says, the F word, and then there's some sexual content.
Okay. Yeah, the F word would be bad. Sexual content? I don't remember any. Do you?
Neither do I. No,
I don't think there's any, explicit sexual content, but there is discussion of potential sexual content between Jack and Annie.
Okay.
Is that when she goes, if you get me off this bus, I'm going to do stuff on you?
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Yeah, they were trapped on a bus the whole time. Yeah. Okay. So but there was no nudity or anything like that. It was one of those, we're going to appeal to an older crowd with this movie, and we're going to swear and things, right?
Exactly, and I thought that was cool.
And you were 12 and your mom let you watch it.
Yeah, she usually didn't let us watch rated R movies, but I think she thought this one had an important lesson.
What was the lesson?
Don't ride the bus.
Don't become like a madman and put a bomb on a bus.
Oh, she just wait
a minute.
She was worried about your future.
As a parent, I can tell you the lesson is do what I tell you or we're all going to die. If you want a kid to behave, you show him this movie.
Well, on the other hand, does your mom know what you're doing now?
My mom does know what I'm doing. It's kind of I guess it's funny to me because she seems almost as numb to it as I am, and she kind of just enjoys the Easter egg aspect, the Easter egg hunt aspect of the project, and so she's always bringing me one or two copies that she finds at thrift stores.
Oh, that's sweet. Your mom is participating. My other scenario is that your mom is like, I should have never let the 12-year-old watch that movie.
She may have done that to herself at one point, but I'm too invested now.
Yeah. All right. Now, how many do you have?
About 550. I haven't counted them in a while, but we've been getting in copies since the news articles have gone up, and I bought at least 13 more the other day.
Wow. And you're buying them. You're not asking people to send them to you for free.
No, I'm asking people to send them to me for free, and occasionally I buy them, but that's only when I can't talk the clerk at the store into giving them to me for free, or I don't feel like stealing them.
So you like them for free when you can get it. I mean, like if someone's listening now and they think, oh, that's cute, they'd like to send them to you. Are you going to give us an address or let us have post it on our website?
Yeah, you can absolutely post it on your website.
Okay.
The address is on every single one of the official World Speed Project pages. And I was thinking the other day, people might say to themselves that they don't want to send me their copy for free, or they might tell me to get a job and pay for the copies like a normal person. But then I realized the World Speed Project is totally impractical. So why would I, expend practical means to serve something totally impractical? The World Speed Project is totally useless, and so I'm not going to do something practical to serve it.
By the way, you've really overthought this. You call it the World Speed Project.
Yeah, because I need every copy in the world.
Every copy in the world.
Aren't you also trying to convert your minivan into the Speed bus?
Yeah, I actually bought a 17-passenger van in Spokane, Washington that was converted into like an outpatient clinic bus, and it's got sideways row seats in it, a bus door, an extended roof. You can stand up in it, and soon enough, it will be the bus from the movie.
All right, now, should I worry about you, Ryan? Is there some dark...
I'm going to tell you that I'm never going to go below 50 miles an hour.
Is there some dark plan that you're hatching?
Right. My dark plan is to come to your town and take your copy of Speed.
Will you come to Seattle?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, this will be interesting to you. the project started in Seattle at the pawn shop on Aurora.
Which one? There are about 800 pawn shops on Aurora.
That's like saying next to the prostitute on Aurora.
Right,
I have no idea what you're talking about. What?
I think it was like the pawn one.
Okay. And you started, so you were here. You're in Moscow, Idaho.
Mm-hmm. I went to community college in Seattle, and that's where the project started. So I suppose your fair city had some sort of adverse effect on me, and I coped with it by collecting copies of Speed.
All right. Now, you've gotten some publicity, which has resulted in these interviews, and the World Speed Project seems to be taking off. What's the end game for you? To collect them your whole life and see what you could get?
You know, that's probably the best description of an end game. But largely speaking, we avoid any sort of teleological constraint. That is to say, we don't want to give ourselves any specific goals because we don't want to limit the scope of the project. But the main logic, organizing principle behind the project is that we just are going to collect every single copy.
And you're never going to stop, ironically. You're never going to slow down.
I don't know if it's ironic or not, but I might. I won't stop until I die.
Right, but you're not going to slow down. If you slow down, you die.
Exactly. That's the perfect way to put it.
Okay.
Now, Ryan, you've got over 550 now, you estimate. Do you still have that first copy, the one that your mom played for you so many years ago that made such an impression?
Yeah, I definitely stole it from my parents' house. I don't think they actually cared that I took it, but I couldn't tell you which one it was.
So they were all jumbled together in a big pile.
I don't want to impregnate the World Speed Project with too much sentimentalism.
Got it. And you have this huge pile. Where do you keep the pile?
The pile is in the bus right now.
Of course it is. It can't get off, Bob.
And only VHS? You have no interest in DVD?
I have 25 laser discs, but I don't collect the laser discs. I'll take DVDs also, but laser discs and DVDs or Blu-ray only serve as bargaining chips to get more VHS.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Now, this was not nearly as good, but Speed 2, Cruise Control, the sequel.
Be quiet, Joe.
Any interest in that?
Who cares about that?
Ass bunch.
It's funny you should ask that because a friend of mine has 100 copies of the movie, and he didn't know about my project.
Of course he's your friend.
He's not collecting them, but he was giving them out at some sort of charity event, as a joke, because he found some, and he offered to give me all 100 copies. So I might be willing to, especially, I suppose, stubborn people who'd like to donate, to give them a copy of Speed 2 in exchange for their copy of Speed.
That has a practical application. Okay, go ahead.
Ryan, do you know how many copies were made? You said every copy in the world. What if there were 5 million copies?
There were millions made.
Yeah.
I can't know how many there were. And I even emailed Fox, and they just never got back to me.
They didn't take the time.
Yeah, right. I suppose now with my star power, I could convince them to give me a number. But another thing that we rely on here at the World Speed Project is impracticality. And I use this analogy. No one ever knows if they're actually making the world a better place or not, but they don't give up. And that's exactly how we operate at the World Speed Project.
I think you have a beautiful
I don't want to make out with him. Isn't that weird?
I know.
You are the coolest nerd in at least the last day or two. All right. Well, Ryan, how do we help you?
You can just Google search the World Speed Project. You can go to the Kickstarter page, which is where you can donate to my bus conversion project, or you can find my address and mail me copies, or you can leave comments on the World Speed Project telling me I should die or that I'm awesome, but only one of the two.
One of those two. I like that.
Have you made it onto Sandra Bullock's radar yet? Does she know what you're up to?
Both Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves, what do you call them? Their personal, their Facebook page, their public image page, have liked my project. So I at least know about it. But it's not necessarily about meeting them, but if Keanu wanted to hug me, I wouldn't turn it away.
Keanu. All right. Wonderful to meet you. All the best. Ryan Beitz in Moscow, Idaho, the World Speed Project. Be well, Ryan.
Thank you.
All right.